What's up, YouTube? This is Rocky and I'm uploading a new video this Friday. Today is Friday, October the 27th, I think. Halloween is coming, and I know we're just not celebrating the holidays like we used to. I wonder what's going on. I posted a video about some people's desire to like jump ahead holidays, because I guess some holidays just aren't going the way they want to. But I mean, that's just something I noticed. Actually, this video is about me fasting. I've been fasting since, since yesterday, I will say, and I am feeling awesome. Okay, this is the only way to track my fast. I've been fasting for the last 15 hours. I'm gonna continue it. The only thing that I've had basically right now is a cup of coffee. And another reason why I'm uploading the video is because I've had flax seeds for the first time, and we have a little partner with us. This is Fortune. This is my baby, my rescue, who is just so smart and important to me. I just had to let him know today how important he was. And he's another reason why I'm just highly motivated. And it's like taking on an extra responsibility, and I think it's just something that's necessary for somebody like me. I mean, I wouldn't say that that I am a sufferer of ADHD, but when I was younger, I was diagnosed with a learning disorder, and it had something to do with my behavior and my mood. Something I'm not ashamed of, but something that I'm kind of, I've been thinking about how to improve it, thinking about how to work on it. I know that I have huge artistic inclinations, and I'm a very visual person, but that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is that I've been fasting for the last 15 hours, and this is like this is about my 5th intermittent fast. And one of the things that I'm working towards is I usually fast either at the beginning of the month or at the end of the month. And one thing I want to work on doing is fasting, in the middle of the month. And the reason why I do that is because in the middle of the month, there's usually like a lull, because I work by days. I mean, I work off the calendar. And one of the things that is really a problem for me is to be, the middle of the month, where you just seem to have an excess of everything: time, food, temptation, all of that. And it kind of weighs me down, because I feel in the beginning of the month, you pay your bills, you take care of all your monthly responsibilities, and then you coast on to the middle of the month. And for me, that's kind of like one of the heaviest moments of my life, because it's like, okay, you've done all this, you've completed all this, what is my other motivation? And then at the end of the month, I get excited and I get motivated again, because it's time to, pay bills and handle those responsibilities. But one of the things that I've done that I'm really surprised is I've been working out, but I've been working out during the middle of the month. I purchased me some resistance bands. I think I showed you guys, my resistance bands, when I first purchased them about a month ago. And I think I talked to you guys about the technology behind resistance bands, how it works the entire muscle. It works the top and the bottom of the muscle. And it incorporates a lot of the small connective tissue and the, at the connection of your joints and things like that, which leads to the elongation of the striations of the muscle. And it gives you a type of strength that free weights don't give you. I think it gives you actually more endurance, as far as as far as, I would say, like if you were like somebody who professionally had deal with lifting boxes or things like that, it's perfect for it. If your profession is about lifting heavy amounts of weight during the day, it's perfect for it, because it reinforces the small connective tissues where your large muscles connect to your larger muscles, and it's just wonderful. That's why I like resistance training. But one of the reasons why I made this video is that I tried flax seeds for the first time. I had always had flax seeds. You know, I've been using flax seeds for years, but I've been using them in my hair. Yeah, I was on that natural hair care trend, and I watched a million videos on how to create hair gel for your hair, you know, homemade hair gel, and flax seeds was one of the main tools that a lot of natural hair care girls use to moisturize their hair, to reinforce their strands and things like that. But one thing I did not know, if you can see in this video, is that it is really rich in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. And I dropped them down in my coffee this morning, and I had an instant lift in my mood. You know, my mood, my motivation, my mental clarity, and I had known that people were using flax seeds, but like everybody else in the world who looks at health nuts and people who add things like flax seeds to their diet, it just seems like a hack, you know. If you're in a bad mood, you go see your psychiatrist. You know, you take your medication, and that's how you get better, or you get up and you exercise and you do something to improve your mental clarity. And I had heard things about fish oil, but when you grew up swallowing cod liver oil with your medicine, the last thing you want to do is consume something with that type of texture. But flax seeds never had that type of texture, and I would have never, ever considered putting it into something that I drink until today. Because I mean, up until the moment that I started drinking them, I just knew that they were going to taste like bugs, like small bed bugs or cockroaches or something like that. And I started drinking it, and one of the things about flax seeds is when they are saturated with water, they take on a juice. They get plump. And I started crunching them in between my teeth, and that was so much fun. Oh my God, yes. So I am thinking I'm going to get me some more of these, and I'm going to start dropping them down in my fruit juices. Yeah. Because they take on the flavor and the plumpness of whatever you're drinking. Because when I started chewing on the flax seeds, you know, after I had swallowed my coffee and everything, they took on the essence of the coffee. It was so yummy. It was like a clean aftertaste. It was palate cleansing. It was refreshing, and instantly I felt a lift in my mood and my clarity, and that's why I rushed to make this video. I'm not going to make videos if I'm not discovering something new for myself. And if I'm not being informative, if I'm not being helpful to somebody, hold on for just a second. If I'm not doing something that's going to improve somebody's perspective on wellness and holistic health. But I tried these, and I'm like everybody else. I was on a wellness journey. I tried being a vegetarian for a couple of years, but I found myself uncommitted when I smelled a hamburger. And for a lot of people who were on that vegetarian, what do you call it? When they became vegetarian, when you realize that you're not in it, you know, truly committed to it because of reasons for animal rights activists, or for whatever reason that you're committed to it, a hamburger basically, you know, broke my connection to being a vegetarian. And it was the best thing in my life. And I had to admit to myself that I'm a carnivore. I love meat. I mean, and there was just no way I was going to live my life without it. There was just no way that I was going to live my life without it. So I had a hamburger, And then I had pork, and most vegetarians, after they go back to eating meat, if they're committed to that vegetarian lifestyle, if it suits their genetic makeup, they love it. They thrive in it. And I think there are some of us who are genetically predisposed to that vegetarian life. And there are some of us who are predisposed to being carnivores. I myself would not consider myself a huge meat eater. To me, the largest amount of meat that I would consume as a child was spaghetti, hamburgers, chicken, yes. Meats and poultries and bacon, yes. But I mean, I would not go out of my way to grab a steak. I would not go out of my way to grab a hamburger, but I would go out of my way to grab some fish. I would go out of my way to grab some greens. I would go out of my way to grab some nuts. And that was, a big part of my diet. But when I was a vegetarian, I felt awesome. I felt the cleansing effects of it. I felt how it energizes you through the greens, but then I had that hamburger and I felt balance. And that's when you realize that you need when you need that balance in your life. You need those animal proteins and those animal fats to really, really get you over that hump. And I was in the best shape of my life. I felt amazing. I could walk for hours and hours upon hours, and I did. And I was in the best shape of my life. I had, given birth to my son. I didn't gain any weight. Then I gave birth to my daughter, and I went back to a healthy weight. And a healthy weight for me was, at the time, I think I was maybe about 100, 150, 145 pounds, and I loved it. I really wasn't that big. But then as I got older and I became more of a mom and I decided it was time for me to settle down, that's when the weight began to pile on. And I really didn't think about exercise or anything like that because, like I said, I wasn't an athlete anymore, so it wasn't necessary. And as an adult, we don't think a lot about extracurricular activities, or we don't think about doing fitness in our spare time. And as a mom, I definitely didn't think about it. I was raising my kid. And now as an older adult, I see how the industry does not cater to men and women who are aging, in their 30s and 40s and 50s. And it's kind of sad because I think that is the industry that should be targeted. Because our muscles are aging, our bodies are aging for the first time. Some of us have become parents in the first time, and we need that recovery. We need that healing. We need extra omega-3 fatty acids. We need those extra greens and nutrients in order to repair our body or bring it back to a state where it is accommodating to our lifestyle as parents, to energize us, to help us repair with muscle repair and things like that. And that's what I mean a lot by preventative medicine, because I think that if we make certain age groups aware of the potential of a healthy diet rich in omega-3 fatty acids, rich in vitamins and minerals and things like that, then I think that the nutritional industry would take on a little bit more legitimacy. Like it will become more legitimate and less of a fad, and less of a medical necessity. One of the things that I noticed, and I'm kind of in favor of it, there are a lot of medications out now that are helping a lot of men and women who are aging with their mental clarity and focus and things like that. And also due to the discovery of Alzheimer's and dementia, and age-related Alzheimer's, age-related dementia and things like that. So a lot of research has gone into that. Which I think is all could be a part of preventative medicine if those nutritional measures could be introduced to us as, in those, at a certain age group. while we're young. Our parents do introduce us to fruit, but like a lot of young people, I saw fruits and vegetables as fun. I saw them as fun. I saw them as treats. I did not see them as great nutritional value. So my parents knew what they were doing. My mom and dad knew what they were doing when they were feeding us. But as I got older, I decided for myself that fruits and vegetables were for fun, and therefore I ignored the nutritional value of it. I ignored any supplements or meal replacements or proteins that could that could basically do what fruits and vegetables did. I mean, and as we get older, we don't think like that. We don't think that, we should continue to eat these fruits and vegetables, because some of us, yes, did see them as punishment. Some of us did see them as snacks instead of the nutritional value that they gave us as kids to keep us going, to keep us playing, to keep us healthy and things like that. One of the things that was in my house when I was growing up as a kid was garlic and ginger. But for me, those are just additives that you put in spaghetti, right? Those are things that you use to season your chicken with, right? And we had them every day, which I do thank my parents for that nutritional value. But now as I've gotten older, it's becoming more and more important to keep those things incorporated into my diet, to use them in more nutritional ways, to use them in meal replacements, to use them in my protein shakes, on my hair, on my skin, to use them in different ways. And with the variety of garlics and gingers and herbs and minerals and spices that are out there that are being discovered, I think now it's more vital at my age to discover things like flax seeds and chia seeds that I grew up, like chia seeds. I'm still amazed at chia seeds. I'm still in that awe phase of chia seeds because I grew up watching the Chia Pet. You put those seeds on a clay head or form, and vegetation grows from it. Now we're eating it. And that's what I mean by medical, nutritional research and herbal research and things like that are now informing us that chia seeds are edible and they add to the longevity of your life and mental clarity and things like that. And one of the most amazing things about flaxseed is that I had grown up, in my young adulthood, I had grown up knowing about omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, but I never knew how or where to consume them. And like I said, the only way I would go to any health food store is when I was facing an issue that my doctors could not deal with, that I knew that an exotic herb or spice would help me deal with. To me, going to a holistic health food store was pretty extreme. It was extreme. It was last minute effort, and it usually worked. And one of my fears to this day is taking too much of something and having it become a toxic element in my body. And I think that's what everybody should be aware of, because if you're introducing an herb or a mineral to your body that you're not used to consuming, it does have side effects. And it can affect your function. It can affect your thinking, it can affect your movement, and it can affect your health, because you might not be, your genetic makeup might not be beneficial to it. It might not be beneficial to the way you've been eating or living. So when you introduce things, make sure you know what you're doing, and consult your doctor, and make sure that you're noticing how it's affecting you. And one of the things that I'm noticing, it's my flax seeds. I'm sitting here and I'm talking. I've been talking for 20 minutes now, and I'm not exhausted. My mental clarity, it's being reinforced. My thought process is being reinforced, and I'm feeling more confident. My breath is a lot better, and that's also another key for a lot of people. If you notice that you're breathing better, your autonomic nervous system is the first key to letting you know when you're doing something that's good for you. My breath is better. I'm breathing better. I'm taking deeper breaths. I'm taking longer breaths. And that is beneficial for me. And mentally, overall, I just feel so much better. And that is just, and that is what's going to keep me buying flax seeds. I mean, I have a few left. So, I mean, I don't have to really run out and get some, but I will be consuming these for the next 3 days until I run out and until I get some more. I'm going to run out first because I don't want to run out. I'm going to use the rest of them first. Because like I said, I was using them on my hair and I'm noticing how much better I feel, but I want to notice if I'm going to develop a tolerance. And the tolerance is where you reach this plateau. And because like I said, some health foods you just need for that short period of time. And they reinforce, and then you probably need to consume them like 6 months from now. Or it's like medicine, you guys. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's what I see herbal supplements for. They're medicine. They're as needed. You eat healthy. You consume certain juices and things that you can drink every day. Definitely water is one of them. And you consume other things like omega-3 fatty acids that if you need them every day. If you're not active every day, if there is not a lot of stress you're putting on yourself through work, through heavy lifting, through repetitive routines, I don't know. I don't know if taking health supplements is good for you all the time. But I mean, the biggest key for me is eating healthy. And healthy habits and behaviors and working out and things like that. I like to keep it simple. I don't want to complicate my life. I don't want to overwhelm myself thinking about, okay, this is the next thing that I have to get. And definitely, I do not want to follow trends. Because trends only last for a long time. And as you get older, you need something that will not disappoint you. Something that you can stick to. Something you can commit to that won't overcomplicate your life and put extra stress and extra burdens on you that, because the minute you can't fulfill that promise you made to yourself or that promise of working out, then you feel disappointed. And for me, as somebody who's concerned about her mental health, that is important to me. Is reinforcing my behaviors, getting gratification from the choices that I make so that I don't plunge myself into a depression that I can't get out of. And those things are important. And now I'm realizing that there are certain foods and supplements that you can eat and drink that will add to your mental well-being as well as spiritual and physical. And yeah, that's the only reason I uploaded this video today. I'm going to keep it short and sweet because like I said, I'm just starting on my weight loss and wellness journey. And for the first time in about maybe 20 years, since, 20 years, I'm beginning to take, my health journey seriously. And it has been enlightening. It has been rewarding. And I'm going to keep going with it. I'm going to keep uploading videos. I'm going to keep sharing all of my discoveries with you. And some of you might be looking at this and be like, oh yeah, we know about flax seeds, but are you still taking your flax seed? Are you still going to be taking your chia seeds 5 to 10 years from now? See, this is what I want to do. I want to establish something in my life that's a mainstay. Something that I can go to, something that I can just grab and believe in and trust that it's going to do what it says it's going to do. Something that's not a fad, something that I can rely on, like going to the doctor. Like going to your doctor, you rely on calling your doctor. I'm not feeling well, I need to come in for an appointment. And sometimes you just need to grab something to drink, a tea, a supplement, to cure or ache or a pain, which is now why we have over-the-counter medicines and things like that we can trust ourselves to take. So yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning into my channel. Like and subscribe if you like what I have to say, if you can identify with it, if you think you're learning something. I mean, I'm on my journey. I'm just starting out though. And send this to somebody that you think is just starting out, somebody that is struggling. I mean, when I tell you that I have been struggling from depression and self-worth, I mean, seriously, I have, I've been to my lowest points, but one of the things that I kept asking myself is, or telling myself is, I don't want to be here. I don't want to feel like this. So what can I do naturally to improve how I feel? The first thing I noticed is that I needed to lose weight. The second thing I noticed is that I needed to start breaking those terrible habits that I had that contributed to my weight gain and my poor mental health and my poor physical health. So yeah, just by remembering some of the basic tools that I learned as a former athlete, as a student. So, if you like what I have to say, or leave a comment, that's what I do when I watch YouTube videos. I'm like, how's this working for you? Is this good for you or not? So yeah. So like, subscribe, and it takes 30 days to break a bad habit, but it also takes 30 days to learn a new, more positive, productive behavior. And yes, you guys, I am going on, hold on before I leave you guys. Yep, this is my 17th hour of my fast. So keep a lookout for my shorts. I love making those shorts, those little pops of information. They just keep me inspired, and I hope they inspire you. Peace.